Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
You've seen those small colorful flags marking the ground around construction sites. These markers serve as a big purpose, keeping construction crews and you safe.
The flags are there to tell anyone digging into the area to avoid the utility lines that are below ground. But do you know who to call before you dig?
Today's date is a simple reminder to keep everyone safe. Valley News Team's Molly Casey explains.
The safest thing is just to stay away from them.
Just beneath the ground surface, you'll find a variety of lines for utilities like gas and electricity, and they can be dangerous to hit. But there is a way to find out where those lines are.
You call 811, locators will go out, mark the lines.
811 is Call Before You Dig Day, and Trudy Warner of Cass County Electric Co-op says North Dakota One Call is a free service that saves homeowners and local utilities from unnecessary repairs.
If it causes an outage, we need to send a line crew out to find where it was damaged, repair the line, get people back on.
Not only is striking a power line dangerous, hitting a gas line can be a health and safety risk. And the Fargo Fire Department has already responded to 5 calls of hit gas lines this month.
So we bring 4 engines and a truck and a battalion chief.
Assistant Chief Tim Benfit of the Fargo Fire Department explained that gas lines can be turned off or pinched off, but serious damage will be done to your budget.
If you don't call before you dig and something happens, you are responsible for it. Whatever it costs to repair that is on you.
Those repairs will run you $3,000 to $7,000, so Benfit says you're better off using the free 811 service, but does have advice if you hit a utility line.
Immediately leave the area, call 911, and keep everyone away.
From Fargo, Molly Casey, Valley News Live.
The assistant chief also says it's the law to call before you dig, and if you are planning a project, you must call 811 48 hours in advance.
Authorities believe distracted driving caused a rollover crash that sent one person to the hospital earlier today in Clay County. It happened north of Glendon just before 5 this evening. Authorities say the driver went off the road, hit an approach, and the car rolled end over end multiple times. The driver was the only one in the vehicle and had minor injuries, but was taken to a Fargo hospital by ambulance to be checked out anyway. Officers say this crash serves as an important reminder.
Not to take your eyes off the road, even for a minute, to change the radio station if it's possible. He was in the curves and looked away, and this is what happened.
An off-duty deputy and several other witnesses called in to report the crash.
President Donald Trump says he wants a peaceful solution to what he calls a dangerous situation with North Korea.
Wendy Gillette is at the White House with more.
After huddling with his top diplomats Friday, President Trump said it was too soon to predict how the standoff with North Korea will end.
Hopefully it'll all work out. Okay? Nobody loves a peaceful solution better than President Trump. We will see what happens. We think that lots of good things could happen, and we could also have a bad solution.
Earlier in the day, the president had tweeted that the U.S. military is locked and loaded if North Korea acts unwisely.
I hope that they are going to fully understand the gravity of what I said, and what I said is what I mean.
Despite the heated rhetoric, the Trump administration says the U.S. has not given up on finding a diplomatic solution to the crisis.
What the president's doing is trying to support our efforts by ensuring North Korea understands what the stakes are.
President Trump said he was going to speak with China's president Friday night. Recently, he has been calling on China to do more to rein in Pyongyang. The president also addressed the ongoing unrest in Venezuela.
Venezuela is not very far away, and the people are suffering, and they're dying. We have many options for Venezuela, including a possible military option if necessary.
The president said he wants peace, but is not opposed to, quote, getting tough if we have to. Wendy Gillette for CBS News, the White House.
President Trump said today his administration is weighing the idea of yet another round of economic sanctions against North Korea.
The family of Justine de Mond held a public memorial service tonight at 6 o'clock at the Lake Harriet Band Shell in Minneapolis. The event included remarks from Don de Mond, Justine's fiance, and other friends and family. Justine de Mond, a mediation and yoga teacher, was fatally shot by Minneapolis police officer Mohammed Noor near her home after calling 911 over concerns of hearing a possible assault.
Some people spent hundreds, others just spent their time this morning at the 3rd annual sheriff's auction here in Cass County. Most of the items of interest were these: rifles, shotguns, handguns, and pistols. The sheriff's office tells Valley News Live most of the firearms were seized or forfeited by the court, and state law mandates they sell off the items. While the department says they have seen every type and firearm during various tense situations, events like this are important because they say it benefits you, the taxpayers.
You know, the auditor, the treasurer, the social services, us. It can go to wherever those funds are needed. So the more money we raise, obviously, will benefit, and it's a savings to the taxpayer also.
More than 50 people were on hand trying to outbid each other and maybe get a good deal on a new gun.
After nearly 42 years of protecting and serving Cass County, Chief Deputy is retiring. Rick Majerus started in 1976 and says there have been a lot of changes in law enforcement over the years, mainly in technology.
Back then, a lot of law enforcement didn't have bachelor's degrees, but the new recruits coming today, they are so much better trained, so much better educated than we were when we started.
Majerus' last day on the job will be September 1st. The department is planning to honor him with a going-away party.
The spring radio ratings are out. The numbers are shares of the radio audience over the entire week.
Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop explains which stations in Fargo are popular.
In talk radio, KFGO was the #1 station in the market, but down from the November ratings. WDAY talk radio is a distant #2 and also down from the November report. In country, it is neck and neck with only 0.4 of a share separating Froggy and Bob FM. Both country stations were up since November. The Duke was a distant third. In hit music, pop stations, it's also neck and neck with just 0.4 of a share separating Big 98.7 and Y94. Among rock stations, 107.9 The Fox narrowly beats the surging 106.9 The Eagle. Both The Fox and The Eagle were up from November. Q105 and Mix 101.9 bring up the rear. Among sport talkers, 740 AM, KNFL, also known as The Fan, was on top and up since November. Meanwhile, Bison 1660 was a distant second. Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
And to take another look at those numbers, just head to our website at valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
The Mega Mall is celebrating a mega milestone today. 25 years ago, Mall of America opened its doors. Since 1992, people from around the world have come to Bloomington, Minnesota to visit the largest shopping mall in the U.S. The mall is home to 520 stores, employs upwards of 11,000 employees, and has a nearly $2 billion economic impact on Minnesota. Over the years, stores have come and gone, but the mall credits its success to its ability to evolve and become something that is beyond a place to buy clothes. And the mall is still expanding. There are plans to double its current size by adding new hotels, a water park, and more nightlife options.
Show me the money. The Mega Millions jackpot tonight is worth a whopping $393 million. The Powerball jackpot being drawn for tomorrow is up to $356 million. The odds of winning either are extreme, 1 in 292 million in Powerball, 1 in 259 million in Mega Millions.
Honestly, right now, I'd probably move to Europe and go live over there for a while.
I find lots of places to use it, I guarantee you, but I don't have anything specific about it. I have to worry about it after I get it.
Well, I'm kind of old, and I don't know what I'd do with all that money at this time of life.
You could call me. And if the odds of winning one are ridiculous, the odds of winning both are essentially ridiculous squared, roughly 1 in 75 quadrillion. So we're hoping to show you the winning numbers, and there they are for tonight's winning Mega Millions: 23, 33, 53, 56, and 58, and the Mega Ball is 6.